Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Small Town Murder Express.
Yay and choo-choo!
Yay, indeed, Jimmy. Yay, indeed. My name is James Petrogallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmy Wisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another crazy, wild edition of Small Town Murder Express. They're always crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And this is no exception. We got some wild stuff for you in a real rural, kind of salt-of-the-earth kind of area where there's some bad stuff going on. Yeah. I love that. That's so great. I love when it's just this place where they're like, oh, it's just everyone here is
perfect,
so nice, and everybody treats each other so well, and then they murder each other, and then we talk about it. So
Except for this guy.
So we'll get into that in a minute. Before we do, certainly head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Get your tickets for live shows, everybody. After the summer is when they start up again, September the 18th. At the Pabst in Milwaukee. Not a ton of tickets left for that, so if you want to get in there, I'd get those tickets now. And then the next night, September 19th, we are in Minneapolis at the State Theater.
Get those yesterday.
Get those also. Listen, Minneapolis, you don't want Milwaukee people to embarrass you by coming out stronger, so do that. And then also October 3rd in Dallas, October 16th and 17th in San Jose and Sacramento, and then Terrytown on November 13th, Boston, November 14th. So that is the schedule. Get your tickets. Shutupandgivememurder.com. Listen to our other two shows, True Crime in Sports, which if you like cult stuff, you want to check out the series we're currently doing on crime and sports. It is on the Yahweh Ben Yahweh cult. And because one of the main enforcers and murderers of that cult was an NFL football player. So
it's real good.
Not a lot of sports involved in that, just a lot of murder and cult stuff. So that's a lot of fun. Check that out. Also, Your Stupid Opinions. It's just the funniest show going. You got to check it out.
You know what it is, yeah.
It's hilarious. We make fun of people's reviews of things. So that's good stuff. Get yourself Patreon as well. You need it. Patreon.com/crimeinsports is where you get all the bonus material. There's a ton of it. Anybody $5 a month or above, you're going to get everything we've ever put out, including, as soon as you subscribe, hundreds of back bonus episodes you've never heard before. It's like almost 400. It's a whole feed in its own. And then you get new ones every other week, one crime and sports, one small town murder. You get them all. Just take them.
Every bit.
It's all yours. This week, what we're going to do for crime and sports, it is nothing to do with sports. We're going to talk about hostage situations that have happened in the past and some crazy shit that occurs during them, because after we did that Stockholm one, I started getting deeper into it, and it's pretty interesting. Then
remember when that band held that radio station hostage?
Oh, I do remember that. They just wanted to get their tape played. That's all they wanted.
But that girl stole the master copy.
Unbelievable. What are you going to do? If you're
dog pissed on it.
If you're younger or older than us, you will not understand this at all. What we're talking about, but it's a movie reference. For Small Town Murder, we're going to do Corey Richins Part 3 because there's so much to cover. Her sentencing was wild because all of her kids' statements came in, which completely contradicted all of her statements to the police.
All of them. Yeah.
So it's and then her allocution's insane. She's nuts.
She's outrageous.
We'll get into it there. That's patreon.com/crime in sports. That's how you get all of that. So do that right now. You also get everything we put out ad-free as well. All the regular shows, Crime and Sports, Your Stupid Opinion, Small Town Murder, ad-free. And then on top of all that, you get a shout out at the end of the regular show too. So you can't beat it. Get in there, patreon.com/crime in sports. That said, I think it's time, everybody.
Here we go.
I think it's time to clear the lungs here. What do you say? Arms to the sky, and let's all shout. Shut up and give me murder. Let's do this, everybody.
Okay.
Let's go on a trip, shall we? We are doing
Where
it.
to?
We're going to South Dakota this week.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. We haven't been there in a while, and South Dakota is interesting. So this is Highmore, South Dakota. Mm-hmm. And we haven't done a ton in central South Dakota. That's the thing. A lot of it is kind of on the edges. And like Deadwood on the one side. This place is right smack in the middle of South Dakota. I mean, the middle of nowhere. It's about 3 hours to Sioux Falls to the east, about 4 hours to Deadwood to the west, and then it's about 50 minutes to our last South Dakota episode, which was in Pierre, which is how they pronounce Pierre because they hate French people, I assume.
Yeah.
And
Is this bordered by Idaho? Or
This is
Wyoming?
bordered by a lot of South Dakota. It's right smack in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're in the west side. What's over there on west? Is it
Deadwood.
Wyoming?
Oh, yeah. Wyoming and Montana and all that stuff.
Montana.
Yeah, Montana's
There it
between
is.
that and Idaho. The last episode was episode 650, so it's been a bit. That was A Deadly Blame Game was the name of that. That was a wild episode. This is in Hyde County, Hyde. So it can be High. You never know, like High Park.
Yeah.
Area code 605, although they hate the French and anybody else like that, so I doubt they're pronouncing it. Area code 605, population 779 here. Not a lot. Pretty people. Well, I had way more cattle probably.
779.
Not a lot. Median household income here slightly below the national average. It's usually $69,000. Here it is $60,208. Wow. But that's affordable if you look at the housing prices here. Median home price here $111,300.
That's amazing.
Less than 1/3 of the national average is what that is. That's incredible. The motto, and I'm telling you, some ad company back in the day went around and said, we can make money just giving the same motto to every town that hires us. A great place to what do you think, Jimmy?
Work and play.
To live, work, and play. That's the motto.
Yeah.
We've seen that about 30 times already. Someone out there in small town murder listenerdom, please compile how many towns have had that motto. And I bet it's
and where'd they pay for it?
Yep, I bet it's and see if you can trace it back to an ad agency here. Now, history of this town. The reason it's called Highmore is because it is in the high plains. It's at high elevation, so they call it Highmore for some reason. Apparently, the founding had some rivalry here. Which is pretty normal for the late 1800s. In 1882, developers A.E. Van Camp and E.O. Parker, why did no one have a first name back then, by the way? No one had one. Established competing business districts along parallel streets. So mine's here and yours is here.
Yeah.
And we're going to fight it out. Iowa Avenue and Commercial Avenue, creating a unique kind of a dual Main Street layout.
Back to back.
Yeah, most small towns don't have like double main streets, and they do.
Yeah.
They still have it. So the county's formal organization here was in 1883, and there was a lot of disputes over where the county seat was going to be and all that crap, as we know. By 1884, they smoothed it all out. Now, this place, Highmore, was the place that the South Dakota Attorney General, so the Attorney General of the state, Jason Ravensborg, struck and killed a pedestrian in 2020.
Oh, fuck.
Absolutely. He said that he discovered, this is crazy, there was a guy walking on a rural stretch of highway, and he fucking hit him and killed him. And
How?
With his car.
Yeah, I get that.
That's the joke, yeah. Not with a clothesline out the window, obviously.
How the fuck do you do that? On accident?
He was driving home from a fundraiser, and apparently hit this guy. He said he called 911 after the crash and didn't realize he'd hit a man until returning to the scene the next morning, he said, to look for the deer he thought he hit, which is weird.
He knows.
And he hit a 55-year-old man named Joseph Bover, which is pretty fucking... Yeah, there's still investigation going on into it, and he's coming home from a fundraiser, which you know what they have at fundraisers.
Do they have the alcohol there,
a little bit of booze. I'm not saying that's what happened, but you know what I mean? He's driving home in a rural area, you know.
Perhaps giving somebody a ride home that was leaned over the seat while he was...
We could have a Ted Kennedy situation.
There's so many speculations you could make here.
A lot. For him to,
and if you
for it to come out the next morning...
Right.
Yeah.
That's the problem I'm having.
That's the issue there.
What the fuck, sir?
Yep. He said he called 911 right away, but nobody ever found this dead guy except for him the next morning. So I don't know what happened here. That could be an episode in its own. Reviews of this town. Here's 5 stars. It's only one review of the entire town that I could find. Yeah. Highmore is the small town that you hear about on every TV show and movie. It's the place where you know everyone's first name and cars. It's the place where you know every single person in your school and are friends with mostly everyone. Highmore is home.
Great place to get a backwoods drunken
Get run over by a
roadhead blowy.
also a great place to get run over by a politician on the way home from a fundraiser.
What an asshole.
Right? So things to do here. There's only a couple. Old Settlers Days is one of them.
Yeah.
It's a 3-day deal, and
Jesus.
there's not a lot going on here. There's a lot of rodeo stuff.
Yeah.
Ranch rodeo at Highmore Rodeo Arena, Rodeo Roundup Club. Yeah, that's pretty much a lot of that.
They ran a rodeo and they're like, let's run it back tomorrow.
They have a parade and the theme is Celebrating America, which just reminds me of Drop Dead Gorgeous when they're doing the theme for it. It's the same every year. It's American made, salute to America, celebrating America. Same thing where they have floats and all that good shit here. Ice cream. Roast beef meal at the fire department. I mean, this is some small town shit. There's bull riding also, which is of course
part of the rodeo.
Got to have bull riding. I'm not. It says there's music, but I'm not really finding any music.
You know what it is.
It's
Chase Moore.
We get it. What's going on here? I
fill it in. Just grab 2 first names, and that's a guy.
That's the guy or the lady.
Or the lady, yeah.
She might be trying to do that. And there's also a sunflower festival. Which is just sunflowers.
No Little Miss Sunflower?
I mean, it's just come look at the sunflowers, really. I think there's like sunflower seeds. You can get like a sunflower smoothie.
Well, sunflowers run wild, and sunflower season is so awesome in some areas of the country where you're just driving down the freeway. It's just as far as the eye can see down the stretch.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. It's amazing.
So that said, let's talk about some murder here.
Okay.
Let's talk about Tanya Jean Bushler, Buechler. She'll only be Bushler for a very short time in our story anyway, and then she'll be Aesop. Aesop?
Oh.
Like Aesop, like the guy who writes
A-E-S-O-P.
Yeah, but with an H. So I'm going to say Aesop. Now, she's born October 8th, 1949, Tanya is. She grows up, seems to have a pretty uneventful life from what I can gather. Nothing crazy happened to her.
Here?
No, in South Dakota, yeah. I can't find a lot on her childhood or anything like that. Okay. So usually that means uneventful for the most part. Yeah. I'm assuming 4-H and Sadie Hawkins and all that good shit, and that's what's going on.
A little bit of FFA later.
Yep. So October 1975 is when she marries David George Aesop. He's about 3 years older than her. And essentially, they build their life on a farm outside Highmore. It's a pretty big farm. They have 5 kids.
Holy.
Farm equipment. I mean, it is an agricultural family living on a farm in the middle of goddamn nowhere. David runs the whole operation.
So much work.
He's the farmer. Tanya trained as a nurse over the years and ended up working part-time at a hospital and a clinic in the next town over. So she gets out of the house at least a little bit, which is good for her.
Pretty much anybody with 5 kids should be a certified nurse.
I think right away.
You are one.
You are one.
If you've raised 5 kids, you're a nurse.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's scary, though, when they try to be their own nurse and teacher. That's scary, considering they have no training for that. But she actually has training for it, so it's good.
Yeah. I mean, don't go nursing or teaching anybody else's kids, but certainly
or your own.
You're a nurse.
Or your own,
I'll
really.
take your advice.
Yeah. That's. I mean, I guess if you live out here, you kind of have to be, too. It's not.
Yeah,
it's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
You got to learn some first aid stuff.
They own and lease 4,844 acres of land.
5,000 acres.
7.5 square miles. That's enormous. That's so big.
Square miles.
Think about that. You own 7.5 square miles of shit. That's
holy.
That is too much. So the thing is, that's their life. So it seems like they have a pretty uneventful. They're that old picture, the American Gothic there with the pitchfork and the guy, and that's who they are, is essentially what you're picturing with their kids in the background here. But by the 90s, things start to kind of unravel a little bit here for them. I mean, they've been married 20 years at this point almost.
It's pretty easy to have some baggage.
Apparently, Tanya, she wanted something on the record. She went to the.
What do you mean?
She went to the police, the Division of Criminal Investigation. She went to in 1993 and says she wants something on the record. She's not reporting a crime. She doesn't want anything done or any arrests made, but she wants to put something on the record. And this is the DCI agent Dan Jahala. And he said, quote, she had fears that she thought her husband may try to kill her if she tried to divorce him, or that he knew people that would have that done if she tried to leave him. So she wanted it on record with law enforcement that I'm not leaving my husband right this minute, and I haven't been threatened or anything, but I'm pretty sure if I leave and I end up dead, that's where you should look first, basically. Put that on the record.
He hasn't threatened me. Nothing illegal has happened yet.
Nothing that I want to report or that I want, investigated or anything like that. But she said if it ever happened to me, he would make it look like an accident.
Do they take those reports?
They'll take any report you give them, I guess. I mean, why not write it down? Who cares? You're sitting there talking to her.
I don't know if they take that.
Yeah, they'll take that as a report. They'll take a report about anything.
Really?
Fuck yeah, they'll take a report on anything, literally.
Especially if we don't have to do any legwork on it. Fuck yeah, we like that report.
We just want it noted and put in a file, just in case.
Okay.
So she didn't even want to take his business card because she was afraid David would find it and know what was going on. So she's like, I don't know, I just want to let you know that.
Yeah.
And even if he doesn't put it on the record, if she ends up dead, he can go, that's the same lady who talked to me and said this.
Yeah.
So it's something, to look at. So she told the agent that David demanded she account for every penny she spent. And so the DCI agent advised her, well, why don't you leave the marriage? It sounds like you're not happy. You should probably leave the marriage. And she said she wasn't ready because she was afraid of what would happen if she tried. So she sounds like she needs a counselor, not some cop to talk to at this point. You know what I mean?
It
sounds like she needs somebody to encourage her to go. Because this guy's just telling her, well, why don't you leave then? And then she goes, well, I can't. And he goes, all right, I guess I'll write it down. But so the agent said she wanted us to be aware that this was going on, what her life was like. So in the event that something happened, we were already aware of the issues in her relationship with her husband. Does that answer?
She needs everything? A friend.
She needs a friend, a friend, a fucking therapist, I don't know, a particularly friendly cow she can talk to, somebody.
Well, he may have already. She thinks he knows people that get people gone. I think a farmer, all he knows are bulls.
But how many degenerate farmhands that go from place to place does he know? Transient.
Yeah, there are rumors in small towns about ranches that there's.
Those guys
that's
are
a lot.
criminals.
The man's got 7.5 square miles to make her disappear.
That too, and he's probably hired 150 criminals over the last 25 years that he can go back in his little crime
Desperate
Rolodex.
Men with alcohol and drug addiction problems.
Now she does have friends. She tells other people of her fears as well. It's not just the cops, but she wants that on record with the cops. She told her sister Robin that if David killed her, he would make it look like an accident. She told a priest. Which that's going to for counseling, a priest, Father Anderson, that she was afraid David would kill her. She told her friend Jan that she was afraid David would kill her. She told a coworker, a doctor, that David verbally abused her and shoved her around. She told her cousin Vicky that she felt threatened by David and that he verbally abused her. She told the same thing to her friend Carol. She's told a coworker and friend, a woman named Wilma, that David verbally abused her and shoved her around. She told a car salesperson, Janine Rathert, that David was going to kill her for spending money, which that could be. Oh man, he's going to kill me when he finds out how much I spent on that. People would say that casually, but still.
If you come home and you replace the cabin air filter, we will have words.
There's going to be something.
I can go to AutoZone and do that in 5 minutes.
No shit. But this is to buying a car. She told her divorce lawyer, who she'll talk to later, Lee Bird, that she felt threatened, and if that David killed her, he would stage it as an accident. Then she told the DCI agent to put it on record, and 2 of Tanya's coworkers were also told that she would not walk in front of a vehicle if David was driving it because she was afraid he would just run her over and say it was an accident. Like the attorney general.
Yeah.
That's how things go in South Dakota. If you hit a guy, they go, there's a lot of space. Sometimes you get hit by a car and it just gets it's done. So
I'll call tomorrow about it.
What? In the morning, I'll go check it out. So one of their daughters said that their mother was, quote, treated like a slave. That's how she put it.
That's no good.
Well, that's also not really accurate either, because she is allowed in the main house and sleeps in there and stuff, and,
All right.
is allowed to leave and, that sort of stuff. Come and go at will, things that slaves weren't allowed to do.
Eat with the family?
Oh, yeah. She's even allowed to eat with the family. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So, wow. So 1994, from the outside, if you looked at it, they look like a farm family. Looks like everything's going great. Yeah. Unless you were one of Tanya's friends who have told her, told a sob story and a horror story too. So in 1994, Tanya goes to a Sioux Falls divorce lawyer. Fancy, going all the way to Sioux Falls, which is three hours and change away. So
that's all day.
You got to want that appointment.
Yeah.
The grounds she alleged were extreme cruelty. She said David abused her mentally, physically, and verbally, and described him as a husband who needed to control everything down to the penny. So that's what she wants. Now, sometime after this, she withdraws everything and says, never mind, to the divorce lawyer.
Pulls the divorce away
and goes back to the farm. It was never filed. She was filling stuff out and getting it all ready, and they never filed for divorce technically. So she just says, never mind.
That still costs money, doesn't it?
Oh, to get him to prepare it? Yeah. I mean, he said, I don't give a shit. Still billing you, but
yeah,
you can take it back or not.
You'll be paying for it.
You're still paying for it. So she returned to the farm, and she said it was for the sake of their 5 children, which at the time that this was going on were 9 to 17 years of age.
Oh, damn.
So this would a divorce would, that's a real tough age group of 5 kids to put a divorce on.
It's all of their formative years. Not one of them are not in them.
No, everybody's home still.
Yeah.
It's tough. So she kept her nursing job, and she just went back to what she was doing here. They actually end up seeking counseling together. So he goes David's willing to go to counseling. But it didn't help any, basically.
No.
Nothing happened. So a few more years go by of, I assume, uncomfortable silences and, outbursts.
Terrible dinners.
Terrible shit, yeah.
Terrible awkward dinners.
With, like the old SNL sketch where you just hear their knives going and Will Ferrell starts yelling at everybody that he drives a Dodge Stratus. It's that one. I drive a Dodge Stratus. Yeah, it's that. That's the meal, though.
Yeah.
They look at each other. So David in 1998 is arrested for DWI.
Uh-oh.
Which is not good for him. And
what year?
98. And he's convicted that same year of disorderly conduct and resisting arrest in a completely different incident.
Wow.
So David had some drinks in 98, let's just say.
A couple of times.
Which I don't know how the fuck you could live on a farm and not be a goddamn alcoholic.
I can't believe you'd leave the house and drink.
That's what I'm saying. I'd be done with the farming shit, and I'd be like, well, I got to go to bed in about an hour if I want to be up at 4, and I better start drinking.
Stare at these cows and drink fucking whatever I've got in the fridge.
Whatever.
Angrily.
Yeah, just swig that shit.
Menacing snarls.
Grunt at the kids when they ask something, and then you take a drink. So their daughter here said that during the 1999 harvest season, their father was especially shitty, which it seems like he's going through a period of some pretty decent alcoholism is what it sounds like here. So she said that her mother stayed home from her nursing job to help on the farm so the kids wouldn't have to miss school to help.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot to do.
During the harvest season, that should be the time that you smile the most. You're about to get paid, babe.
I guess, but it's also a lot of work, I think. It's the same thing. So October 1999 here, things are going very bad. And Tanya decides, I got to get out of this now.
She's done.
She's done. So she emails her daughter, one of the funniest emails ever here. Well, this is just the beginning of it.
Okay.
This is an email from her to one of her daughters where she says, quote, "Dad is being a poop head again," which is a great line. "I don't think I can take another 3 years," which is when the last kid would be out, basically.
Right.
"I'm looking for a place in Faulkton," which is where she works. "I'm just tired of the whole mess and I'm going to file for divorce." Okay, now what she needs here to be able to get out of everything here, because she's kind of planning everything and setting it up like dominoes, she needs a car to get out. You can't leave without a car. How the fuck are you going to do that? So what she does is she's going to buy her own car. Now, she has her own money in a separate account from her job where she has money she's been saving up. So she goes to Har Motors in Aberdeen, and she apparently bought a car, and she told the assistant sales manager here, later on, she ends up calling the next day, freaking out. This woman said she was, quote, frantic, bawling, screaming, and hollering. She was calling to find out whether the dealership had cashed her check yet.
Oh.
And they said Tanya told the dealer here that her husband was going to kill her because she spent some money, even though it was from her account. So she bought the car, was like, I'm doing this. And the next day was like, oh, God, what's going to happen when he finds out? Which is, screaming, not just like, oh, boy, this is going to be inconvenient. Like, oh, my God, he can't find out, which is crazy.
That's $36,000 out of my account. He's going to flip.
Yeah. So November 7th, 1999, Tanya takes off.
Oh.
She's gone. While David is sleeping, she and the youngest of the 5 children move to an apartment.
In Faulkton?
She takes a couple of the kids, because a couple of them are gone by now. They've moved out of the house. They're 16-year-old. They take the youngest of the 5 children. The daughter, I think, here. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hey, everybody. Just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you how to keep all your finances straight with Rocket Money.
RocketMoney.com.
Absolutely. Rocket Money is fantastic. I'll tell you what, I got Rocket Money, and I've told this story before on these, but I got Rocket Money, and I had a subscription I was paying for 4 years.
Wow.
I didn't even know it was on there. Like, I just hadn't noticed it. But it adds up after 4 years, and Rocket Money takes care of it. And that's not even the best part of Rocket Money, is all of that. It can help you do so many things, help you keep organized. You're going to wonder what to do with all this extra time now that you don't have to, keep it and get everything from different places and put it into one place. I'm telling you right now, Rocket Money, it's great. It can track subscriptions, has the ability to cancel unwanted ones within the app with just a few taps, saving users over $880 million in canceled subscriptions. And you can set budgets and goals. There's also things for personal insights, and you can get regular reports, and you get real-time alerts for large transactions, upcoming bills, refunds, low balances. Users who create a financial goal with Rocket Money save over $70 on average within the first 30 days. Mm-hmm. It's going to save you money, and it's just great to have everything in one place. There's automatic transaction categorization there, however you want to say that, across accounts, plus customizable categories and tags to reveal spending patterns so you can see what you're doing, and it's really, really, really insightful. You should do it. Do yourself a favor. Sure. Save yourself some time, save yourself some stress, and most importantly, save yourself some money with Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/smalltownmurder. That's rocketmoney.com/smalltownmurder. rocketmoney.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a much better way to feed your cat with Smalls.
Smalls.com.
Oh yeah, my little kitty Brandy loves Smalls. Loves her some Smalls. Yeah. You get up in the morning and she is greeting you. Hello, I would like my Smalls now, because that is good food. It's good stuff. And let's be honest here. If you could have wishes, let's say, you'd want your cat to live forever, wouldn't you? Hang out with you the whole time. Now, I don't know about genies, if they exist or anything like that. I haven't seen any, so I don't think we're going to have that. So what you do is just feed your cat Smalls instead. It's the next best thing. It's going to make them the most healthy. Smalls is fresh, human-grade cat food that does so much more than just feed your cat. It helps them live a full, healthy life, and also will make you jealous of your cat's food, which is
certainly
a weird feeling to have. It really is to look down and go, hey, that's better than what I ate tonight. That's not fair. Most cat food out there is made with meat byproducts, cheap fillers, and artificial ingredients, basically stuff that isn't really good for your cat. So Big Pet Food does this because that's what's cheaper. And what they save on cost, your cat's going to pay for their health, though. That's with their health. That's the problem. Smalls is way different. Their fresh recipes are made with at least 80% animal protein, and they're gently cooked to retain all nutrients and flavor. They never add fillers, ever, or artificial ingredients, and their food is so healthy that 88% of cat parents say that after feeding Smalls, their cats have better digestion, softer and shinier coat, more energy to play, because Smalls is actually good for cats. And it's true. I'm telling you, you're going to see smaller, better poops. It's going to be better in that litter box. Yeah. This is as much for you as it is for the cat. I'm telling you right now. Your cat's health and longevity starts with what they eat. Try Smalls and get 60% off your cat's first order, plus free shipping and free treats for life when you go to smalls.com/STM. You should do this. One last time, that's 60% off your first order, plus free shipping and free treats for life when you head to smalls.com/STM. Stop serving your little carnivore a bowl of processed shortcuts.
Now back to the show.
So Tanya decides to move out, and basically, this is fucking crazy. When she moves out, this is how to the penny this guy is. Yeah. David makes her sign a list of everything she took from the home.
What?
So she can't say she didn't take something and blah, blah, blah. Which would be fine if we're talking about German bearer bonds that are untraceable and fucking, a Fabergé eggs or some shit like
priceless china.
Things of the jewelry, things of that nature. Yeah. No. This is down to a jar of salsa and a box of fudge brownie mix.
A box of mix.
A box of not even completed brownies.
Everything down to things that cost $3.29.
Yeah. And the salsa, from what I understand, was open. So like a 3/4 open bar, like already had some chips dipped salsa. And a box
what
of
about that
Duncan
third
Hines.
Can of paste? I want that document.
Yeah, bring it away. Where'd the rest of my salsa? Where'd that go? Imagine that. Imagine your wife leaves with your kids and your biggest concern is, where's my fucking salsa? I brought some Tostitos home tonight. Now this is bullshit.
Meanwhile, it's a jar of it. It's not good.
It's a shit jar of salsa. And once you open a jar of salsa, that's only good for like a week and a half before weird shit starts growing in there.
Yeah, before that, weird line forms crust around the lid.
And then you start getting mold in it and shit. You got to go through a jar of salsa pretty quick.
A crusty ring around the top.
That falls in it, and you're like, you got to pick it out.
I'm going to have to eat that.
So that's what's going on here. This guy, she's not bullshitting when she says down to the penny.
He's cheap.
Yeah. He says, I want my half jar of salsa, and I want it now.
Yeah.
So, whoa.
She took it. I want that documented.
Wow.
Because if we're splitting it down the middle,
she owes me,
I get a sixth of that.
She owes me a third of a jar of salsa at this point. And I'd like it. That's half of what I get out of that jar.
I'm entitled.
I am entitled to that. And not for nothing, half a tray of brownies, if we're talking serious here.
Does the labor to make them count?
I mean, I don't think he would count it. But yeah, it should count. It should count towards something, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
So November 16th, 1999, she calls her divorce lawyer, Lee Bird, to reinstate the divorce from 1994. Hey, can we get that going again?
Remember that thing 5 years ago that you probably threw out all the paperwork
He's
about?
like, you're going to have to fill that out again. I don't have the form from back then. So he noticed a difference in her immediately from 1994. He said 1994, she seemed beaten down and just kind of meek. She said now, quote, she was sitting upright in her chair. She had a lot more confidence, he said.
This bitch has got swag.
Look at her now. She comes in. That's right, motherfucker. Yeah.
Fuck him. I'm out.
You know how much fucking salsa I got at home? What's up? Bring it.
She got the swagger of a gal with a box of uncooked brownies.
With a chick with some Duncan Hines ready to go right now. Wow. So he also said, this is what Tanya wrote in her filing here. David has become so controlling over the years that we have become virtual prisoners on the farm. Yeah. Okay, so that is November 16th. Now, November 18th, it is 1999, 9:30 a.m. here, okay? Yeah. Tanya drives to the farm to meet David. They have a joint appointment in town with a court services officer about one of their son's juvenile cases. So one of the kids got in trouble.
One of the kids is the problem.
He was probably shooting up signs or some country horse shit I don't know what he could have gotten into on a farm, really. Oh, God. He stole somebody's fertilizer. What are we talking about?
You would be shocked how bad these motherfuckers are.
Oh, they're bad, but I'm saying what is there to get into? They own 7.5 square miles, so they'd have to go so far just to get off the property to get into something. Yeah. That's what I mean.
Shooting somebody else's cows or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't think they're holding up liquor stores probably because there aren't any.
No,
it's the only.
You're recognizable. Yeah.
They might if there was liquor stores to hold up, but so they ride into town together in David's pickup, not her newly purchased car. Yeah. So right away he's driving now. Late morning after the meeting, David drives Tanya to the bank so she can make a deposit. Then the two of them sit down with an attorney in Highmore to discuss the divorce.
Sure.
Okay. All right, here's what it's weird. Now, David believed that this attorney, he arranged an attorney and said, okay, if you want a divorce, this is how we're going to do it. And he thinks that this attorney is going to represent both of them and it's just going to be an amicable split. And it's
you can't do that.
No, not at all. But in his mind, in his mind, he can control it if he does this. You know what I'm saying?
Idiot.
So he doesn't know that she's already hired another lawyer.
Yeah.
And she's just trying to keep him at bay. So she just goes, yeah, I'll come and meet with the guy. Sure. Like, acting like she's going to go along with it.
Yeah.
And she's with him. So at 11:10 a.m., the Hyde County Sheriff, Mike Volek, sees David and Tanya driving in David's pickup truck headed back to the family farm. And it's only because everybody knows each other that they would even notice them. And he waves at them, and that's that. So 11:43 to 11:55, David and Tanya call their oldest daughter, Rebecca, who is currently in Italy as a foreign exchange student.
Nice.
So
one's got it together.
I would say. She said, where's the farthest from this fucking farm I can get? I know, Italy. Nothing like a South Dakota farm. Nothing. You can't get far. In culture, you can't get farther away than that.
My brother is the biggest fuck up in town. I'm doing nothing like him.
My parents are getting divorced.
Cliffs and ocean.
Yep. I've been trapped on this thing.
Yeah.
I want some guy in a Vespa with his shirt open to call me a very sexy lady and then take me for cappuccino. That's what I'm looking for.
Run my fingers through clean chest hair.
That's what I'm looking for here. It doesn't have dirt and manure in it.
Yeah.
So they talk for 12 minutes because I'm sure that's an expensive call in 1999.
That's crazy.
That's a real expensive call. So 1 o'clock, Tanya has an appointment with her priest, Father Randy Phillips, at the parish office in Faulkton. At 1 p.m. is the appointment. She never shows up.
Oh.
And the priest said she's normally pretty reliable, so he thought that was odd, but who knows? She's got a lot going on right now.
Yeah, I think it's odd that there's a Catholic church up there, but okay.
I agree with that.
Fascinating.
Who knows? So at 1:08 p.m., David calls an implement dealer in Miller, South Dakota, asking about a radiator cap he says he needs for farm equipment.
Yeah.
Okay. At 2:08 p.m., David arrives at the dealership in Miller, an hour after he called, to buy the radiator cap. Now, he said that the guy at the implement dealer said that he didn't seem to be his usual self, David.
Huh.
He said normally he likes to give you a hard time, and I was surprised he didn't. He comes in and breaks balls, and now he's just coming and getting the cap and leaving.
Yeah.
So that's where he is. Now, 3:01 p.m., David calls the former Hyde Park, that's by me, sorry, the former Hyde County Sheriff, okay? And this former, a guy named Martin Wortman, and tells him that Tanya fell down the stairs and died.
Oh, why
don't
you call the current sheriff, motherfucker?
I always say this, and people never call the cops first when they have someone dead in their house, ever. On this show, when you watch documentaries, they always call a family member first. They call their mother. They call somebody they trust.
A guy that doesn't do the job anymore?
Is it? I don't know if it's that people don't trust their own eyes, or like they have to tell someone they're close. And even in cases that aren't murder or anything like that, people tend to call other people first for some reason. I don't know why.
Have we trained ourselves to gossip before we solve the problem?
Well, I think you go for emotional support, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, that's clearly it. I don't know. This person's dead in my house isn't exactly gossip.
No, but that's what I mean. It's not exactly calling to fix the situation. You know what I mean?
No, but it's I need advice of what to do. When the answer's the same every time. You got 9s and 1s on your phone, motherfucker?
Yeah, right,
well, use them.
Why'd you call this number?
Yeah, why are you calling me? That would be terrible. But long story, but I have been called in this situation where I go,
what?
Call the fucking cops. Don't call me. Yeah.
With a dead body?
A dead body. Natural causes, but a dead body. Yeah. I have had people call me to say, freaking out. I go, you're screaming at the wrong person. Call the goddamn cops. Then call me back when you're done. I'll help you pick up the pieces, but you got to fucking at least sweep them into a pile first. You know what I mean? I can't go find them in the corners.
I'm glad I'm the bottom rung.
Fuck, man.
Or the cops.
Jesus Christ. So he calls and tells this guy, the retired sheriff that he was friends with.
Wow.
So it's a familiar guy who is at
least there's a law enforcement connection.
An ex. Yeah, he would know who to call or where to call.
Yeah.
So then at 3:16 p.m., 15 fucking minutes go by. I don't know if he was on the phone with this guy for 15 minutes or what, but 15 minutes later, he calls the current sheriff.
15 minutes later.
Mike Volek, the guy who saw them in the pickup truck that morning.
Yeah.
And he tells them, Tanya's dead. Is what? Okay. I just saw you guys. Well, now she fell down the stairs and died, so there's that. That's it. So you might want to come over and take care of that. So at 3:45 p.m., the youngest daughter calls. Yeah. She called to talk to her mother at 3:45. David told her that she couldn't come to the phone right now.
I mean, he's not lying.
It's the truth. He said she's busy, and I asked again, and he said she's outside.
Those are both incorrect.
Those are wild fucking lies.
And he knows it's incorrect.
Yeah, very much so. So then 3:55 p.m., the sheriff finally arrives. No one's in a rush here.
No kidding.
I get that the farm moves at a slower pace, but for Christ's sake.
And he told the sheriff she's dead.
She's dead at 3:16. It took this guy fucking this long to get here. That's crazy. So anyway, he shows up. He finds David coming out of the bathroom when he goes into the house.
Oh, I was taking a shit. Don't go in there.
No. Yeah, so you don't want to go in there, boy. He closes the door, the fan's going.
Yeah.
He said when he saw him, he was very calm and not emotional at the time. So David tells the sheriff that he had moved. This is crazy. He says, I moved Tanya's body.
Why'd you do that?
This is why. So you destroyed
Karen, why'd you do that?
You destroyed the crime scene is what you're saying here.
You idiot.
Wow. I moved her body. He said, I didn't want the kids to see her. In case they came in. They said, and at that moment he was telling the cop that he just got done washing blood off his hands, and he was just wiping it down with the towel. So he's like, I'm just destroying all the evidence, just
holy shit.
Just hanging out, destroying things, making it impossible to really do a physical crime scene here. That kind of stuff.
Welcome to the crime scene. You're a half hour late.
Then Volek looks over and notices the washer and dryer are running.
Oh my God.
And inside the washer, we find out, is David's work coat, and inside the dryer is a pair of jeans, a mismatched pair of work gloves, underwear, shirts, socks, and a towel.
He didn't.
He just cleaned the crime scene. He just said, well, I'll just clean all this up.
And he sorted the loads. He put the coat in.
Yep. Put the coat in separately.
Fuck everything up with this.
Well, the coat's got to go on a gentle cycle. Otherwise, it'll mess it up. That's the other things, we go regular.
It's amazing.
So it's in there, and the cop fucking turned the washing machine off.
Yeah.
And he said, who started the washing machine? And David turned the machine back on.
What?
And then said, someone else must have started it. Who the fuck else is here? It's you and a dead person. Who the hell, which one of you started this? Out of you and the corpse. She's really into housework.
Cycle, sir.
Yeah. By the way, it's halfway through the rinse. What are we doing here? It's going to be itchy if you put that on.
What is going on?
This is what I mean. No one takes this seriously, like a dead person is here.
When you shut it off, if he goes to turn it back on, you have to tackle that person.
And he just turns it back on. Oh, someone else might have started, and they just go, well,
Stop
okay.
doing things.
This is like fucking Fargo meets brain damage is what this is. This is at least Fargo. They had, Frances McDormand was a good cop. She was putting the crime scene together, and at least these people are just like, who turned the machine on there, buddy? And someone else. Well, okay, then let it finish.
Well, you gotta. It'll smell.
It's gonna be all musty. We can't. You gotta at least let it spin.
That's amazing.
So Tanya's body was at the bottom of the basement stairs where he said she had fallen. But he said he moved her, but then she's at the bottom of the stairs, which is weird. And he said, yeah, she fell down the stairs.
Okay.
Now, there's no blood on the stairs. There's no blood on the railing, no blood on the walls, no blood like dripping down the stairway or anything like that. There's no blood here. So she tumbles down a flight of steps, and the steps are completely clean, which seems off. She tumbles down hard enough to die, but never cracks the skin, which seems
Never lost a drop on the way down.
Seems a little odd. So David tells the cop, he says, well, she apparently broke her neck. I mean, that's,
Yeah,
I'm not a medical examiner or nothing, but, I would say she broke her neck. Then he said, yeah, I moved the wife's body. They said, well, did you attempt to revive her? And he said, nah, I called the sheriff, talked to him for a while, caught up on him, see how he was doing.
It took a while to get here, so I didn't think that was necessary.
I called the old sheriff first, and, he didn't seem real concerned, so I just threw a load of laundry in and stuff, and you know how it goes when your wife's dead at the bottom of the stairs.
Felt like neither of you thought there was any bringing her back, so...
fuck it. No one seems in a rush. Everyone seems... Now, by the evening, the investigators arrive here. Okay. They get there at 5:25. So then it's another hour and a half for the investigators to get there, and the coroner doesn't arrive until 7 p.m. And any of the lab people either. Yeah.
Wow.
The lab director, the criminalist people who do the crime scene shit and collect evidence, and the coroner, none of these people show up till 7. This is insanity.
What do they think?
I don't know if they're far away, or I'm not sure here. It's one of the...
assume everybody's keeping it together while they're not there?
One of the disadvantages of living in the middle of nowhere, or advantages if you want to kill someone in the middle of nowhere, you have a lot of time to do laundry and clean up. So he said, and this crazy thing too, he said, yeah, I was just washing up. Yeah, that's how it worked there. He said, they said, well, you didn't try to revive her? And he said, no, because I knew she was dead.
No, there's no reviving her.
No, I mean, on the farm, you would know when things are dead. You've seen a lot of dead things, and, life and death happens on a farm. Yeah. So they go, and they're going to talk to David. They end up interviewing him 3 times this night. Never at a police station, always in his own living room, or dining room, just sitting at the dining room table, real cash. Real chill in the crime scene still,
Amazing.
So the first one is about 13 minutes, just a... What'd you guys do today? Where were you? I was here. Then I went there. Real quick once over.
Just to get the timeline. Yeah.
The second one's about 45 minutes. And then the third one interviews about 60 minutes. So not very long here.
No.
They give him no Miranda warnings, no attorneys in the room. This is all real casual of we all know each other. And this is, real casual what happened with your wife. Like, it's so not legally... It's like
correct.
It's like it's 1915 or something. This is almost the year 2000 already. Like, we have crime scene procedures that we do, but they don't. So they say that he's pretty calm still, real unemotional. He's making coffee for people. Hey, you want a cup of coffee? Gets up and makes it. He's giving people tours of the farm.
What?
It's real weird. Real weird. And they say that... It's not like, he's okay, then he breaks down. They said his demeanor never changes. He's just like he invited everyone over for a barbecue all day long, all night.
This is where we milk them. Where's their dead body?
Where do you keep your corpses?
There.
Oh, that's at the bottom of the basement steps, So he talked on the phone with family members between talking to them. I mean, just walking around. He walks around the farm. He showed Lindbergh, the one investigator, his machine shed, made everybody coffee and the cops are drinking the coffee too. Drinking this guy's coffee. This is way too casual, way too small town. So they sit him down. The first interview, he says, yeah, he helped Tanya load some Christmas decorations into her car after the call to her daughter. And he said, I left for Miller to get the radiator cap. I was gone about 2 hours. I came back and I was working on my trailer. And then when I came in, there she is at the bottom of the stairs.
Right.
I don't know how long she was there. I wasn't even here when it happened. I have no idea. Then they sit him down for the slightly longer interview, not very much. And he says, well, Tanya sometimes feels dizzy. She gets dizzy spells.
Oh, is that right?
Maybe she tripped over the Christmas decorations on the steps. That could be a thing, he says. He says he's pretty sure, he's, quote, pretty sure it wasn't him that hit her and knocked her down the steps. Pretty sure. 20 minutes ago, he said, I was an hour away when it happened. I don't know. Now he goes, pretty sure I didn't knock her down the steps.
Why'd he even say that?
That's wild. And he said, they said that there was some blood on the left railing. He said, because they said there's no blood on the stairs. He goes, well, there was some blood on the left railing, but I wiped it off.
I had to clean it up. It's gross.
He said, the kids were coming home. I thought they were coming home. So, you clean up the blood. I saw some pesky fingerprints. I got rid of those. Like, what are you doing? So he's cleaning the crime scene blood. He's done laundry. He's washed blood off his hands. So he said when I moved her, I got blood all over me. That's why I was washing up in the bathroom, getting all of her blood all off of me. Can't have that on me. It's gross. Yeah. So they said, okay, he said, but I never laid a hand on her. I don't know what you're talking about. So then the cop says before the third interview, why don't we go down to the sheriff's office for a quieter setting? There's a lot of stuff going on here. Yeah. And David said, no, I'm pretty comfortable here. Let's just finish up here.
I don't want to.
I want to do it at the dining room table. And the cop says, all right. And take him to a fucking interrogation room. Make him sit there for 2 hours. Stu, do all the cop things that you do when someone's dead. What are you doing? Cop things. Do those things, stupid. So,
yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't know how they're going to get anything out of this. What fucking evidence could they possibly have?
Well, during the third interview, he says some things. They start getting a little more accusatory because it's pretty obvious that the story is
what happened
very off. So at one point he says, quote, if you're accusing me here, maybe I should call my lawyer. And then they blow past that. And he says, don't you think I should talk to an attorney, at one point? Now, none of these things are, I want an attorney.
Yeah.
At one point, he says to the cop, you're making sense, Mike. I'm just afraid to admit to anything. Maybe I should have an attorney. I'm scared to death. Exactly. It gets more interesting. Yeah. He said, Then he said, I should really call Jeff, my attorney. Everybody's on a first name basis here, by the way. I should really call Jeff, my attorney. I don't know. I really can't. I maybe can add a little bit to it, but I can't. Because they're trying to get him to elaborate on some stuff. So after the one he says there, I can lend a little bit to it. After that, the cop says, David, you add something to it, please, for our sake. Just add whatever. They're trying to get him to talk.
Fix it.
Fix it. So David says, well, I mean, maybe there was, quote, a little pushing and shoving out in the garage before she fell down the stairs. He said, they argued because he was too harsh on the kids. So that's why they were arguing. And there might have been a little pushing and shoving. Okay.
I thought you were an hour away.
Might have been slight domestic abuse is what that is. Yeah,
there was a tussle.
No tussle, as OJ always put it. We were tussling, wrestling. You know what I mean? He called it wrestling and tussling. That was OJ's all the time. So
imagine wrestling with your wife. That's just crazy.
Having a tussle. I've never had a tussle with any significant other I've ever had. No tussling, ever.
I've never wrestled a soul.
Nope. Never happened. Tits get in the way. No good.
Yeah. Hair. Fuck.
All of it. So he says he freaked out when he saw her at the bottom of the stairs, and then he left her there and drove to Miller for the radiator cap and didn't go down and see if she needed help. That's his story.
Okay.
His story is there was some pushing and shoving, and then when I saw her, I just went, well, she'll be fine. And I went an hour away to get a radiator cap and came back and went, whoop, she didn't get up. Shit.
What he said is we pushed and shoved out in the garage. Then I saw her at the base of the stairs.
That's it.
Then I went and got a radiator cap. Sir, that story has so many different spots that got to be filled in.
And why are you doing laundry? And why are you covered in blood? And why are you washing yourself off? And what's going on here?
Right.
So at about midnight, on the direction of the state's attorney, because the cops wouldn't fucking do it, they arrest him. The state's attorney said, his story makes no sense and his wife's dead. Fucking put cuffs on that guy. And they were like, oh, sorry, David. Oh, it's all right, Mike. I get it. You're doing your job. So
I'm gonna miss that damn coffee, sir.
Wow. He's released the next day, $100,000 bond. So he has to put up $10,000 in cash, and he must report daily to the sheriff's office to show that he hasn't run away. Which seems real old school.
You get up to a 24-hour head start?
That's all. That's all you can get.
If you call and then hang up the phone and get in the truck.
Not call. He has to go to the sheriff's office every day. Yeah, he can't call. Because then, he could be fooling him. He could be calling from Jamaica for all they know.
Yeah. But if he pops by the station, then gets in the truck and starts driving, he could be 24 hours away before they even fucking think about him.
I don't think they're real good at any of this. So I think they're bad at shit. So the daughter here, this is Rebecca, she said, quote, he told me that she'd fallen down the stairs. My first impulse was, what the fuck did you do? What did you do? Yeah. The other daughter here, Jessie, who was the youngest child at the time, she was 16, she said that her father was not kind to her mother. She said, quote, he would call her fat or stupid or a dumb woman. So he's abusive. He said that she said her father was drunk and physically threatening her mother during an argument in the summer of '99. And, quote, he told her if she didn't shut up, he would throw her through a wall.
Oh, he used that one.
Then throw you through the wall. He used that one. It's very common.
Back in '99, that was a pretty common one.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever threatened. That's like a dad threat.
Not to a woman.
That's what I mean.
I just heard that threat. Yeah.
Or a woman. That's a threat your dad would say to you when you're 12 and being an asshole. Like, I'll throw you through this fucking wall.
Put you right through the fucking wall.
So the autopsy comes. They perform it the next day. And remember, he said she fell downstairs, and that was it. Right. Here's what she has. Quote, a blackened left eye, a large bruise on the left cheek, a through-and-through laceration on the lip. So totally split the lip open.
Tooth went through.
A large impact abrasion on the left side of the skull where the skin had been scraped away, and a smaller one on the right side, petechial hemorrhages, which are the bursts in the eyes and the skin associated with strangulation, on the right temple and lower right eyelid, bruising along the left jawline and the neck itself, a voice box bruised on both the left and right sides, bruising on the left collarbone, 4 or 5 fractured ribs, abrasions on both knees and the left ankle, torn pantyhose at the knees and left ankle, and a bruise on the back of the right hand that they suspected was a defensive injury when you're trying to block your face. So unless she got dropped from an airplane down the stairs.
Oh, she jumped down those stairs.
That's the craziest list of injuries for unless the stairway was, 14 stories long.
And she tumbled down it, but only landed on her head the whole way down.
Her head, her neck, her voice box, strangled, beaten stuff. Inside her skull, they found bruising under the scalp on both the left and right backside of the skull, with skull fractures on both sides, above and behind the ears.
Oh, boy.
Injuries to both sides of the head, suggesting an impact with a hard surface, then a separate blow.
Weapon.
It's not just one shot to the thing. No underlying natural disease, no broken neck, nothing obstructing the airway. So, okay, she wasn't choking. So the conclusion is cause of death is manual strangulation and blunt head trauma.
Wow.
Which does not happen from falling down the stairs, obviously. They said they couldn't. By the way, this is a carpeted flight of stairs also. Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you about the best security you could possibly have, Simply Safe.
SimplySafe.com. SIMPLI safe.com.
Absolutely. In the United States, there's a break-in every 26 seconds. That means over the course of this ad, like 3-4 break-ins will happen. Yeah. That's a lot of break-ins. And if you've listened to this show that you're listening to right now, Small Town Murder, you know what can happen when a break-in happens. Bad things. So the problem here is most security systems only alert you after the break-in's already started, which you know by this show is way too late.
Way too late.
Way too. Half your family could be murdered by then. That's why we chose Simply Safe to secure our homes and businesses and everything else. Simply Safe makes us feel good and secure and have peace of mind using safe. That's the thing. Using the Outdoor Camera Series 2 and Advanced AI Alerts, Simply Safe's U.S.-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them, stopping crime before it starts. That's peace of mind. Literally, they come up and they're like, get out of here. We're calling the cops. Cops will be there in 2 minutes. People run away. It's what it is. I'm telling you, it's so good. We use it for everything that we have, homes, offices, If I had anything else to put it on, I would. It's so good. I bought it as gifts for people that want home security.
Certainly.
It's so good. Simply Safe has been a real game changer for us, and we love it. I'm telling you. And there's no long-term contracts. That's a huge thing. It's so important that you're not locked in. You don't want to be locked in case your life needs change. Maybe you know, whatever. Simply Safe gets it. It means Simply Safe has to earn your business every day, and they don't mind doing that. And also, you know, you think about this, and I see so many shows we do where I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad we have Simply Safe, because this could happen to us. You know what I mean? And it's so inexpensive too. The monitoring and deterrence plans start at around $1 a day. $1 a day to secure your family, your home, your things, your pets, everything. It's ridiculous. And setting it up is so easy. I can't put together IKEA furniture, and I can install a Simply Safe system. It's excellent. And we want you to do it too. We want you to experience the same peace of mind we do, which is why we've partnered with Simply Safe to offer an exclusive discount to our listeners. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/small. That's half off at simplysafe.com/small. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Now back to the show.
So these injuries are not happening going down a carpeted flight of stairs.
Those are my favorite ones, by the way, to lay like.
And shoot down them?
You can fucking shoot down.
You can slide right down. Those were great when you're a kid, yeah.
Yeah.
So she's all fucked up. Now in the garage, when they do a crime scene on the whole house, the stairwell's very clean. The garage floor is not.
Oh?
The garage has scuff marks on the floor. On the lower inside panel of the garage door, there's blood spatter that matches Tanya's DNA. That's not good. Under a car parked in the garage is a clump of hair that belonged to Tanya. And the floor appeared to have been recently cleaned. Yeah. So the insurance guy, he has this insurance guy that we're going to talk about. It does you have an insurance guy. Everyone has an insurance person. So this insurance guy came over to visit, because he's out on bond, came over to visit David and said that he can't make it to the rosary service because I have I have a previous commitment. And David said, quote, "I don't give a shit. She deserved to die."
Oh.
That's what he told the insurance guy.
Okay.
Speaking of insurance, they also find out that David had 2 life insurance policies on Tanya, naming him as the beneficiary, totaling $1.7 million that are payable in the event she died by accidental means. You know, took a tumble down the stairs type of thing.
Down the stairs, yeah.
Yeah. So a $500,000 policy dated April 6th, 94, when she was trying to leave him, remember, to which a $500,000 accidental death benefit was added later on. Then another second $500,000 policy dated June 21st, 1996, with a $200,000 accidental rider added on. So that's $1.7 million. The second policy, he had told his insurance agent that he wanted to cancel the first policy and replace it with a cheaper one. So the guy wrote it up, but David never canceled the first policy. He kept them both. He was fucking lying. So that's interesting. And the guy, basically, he kept paying the premiums. And
therefore keeping them current.
Yeah, that's it. So November 12th, 1999 is when he called his insurance agent. This is 6 days before Tanya is killed.
Oh.
He called this agent and said that, if Tanya died in an accident, he said, well, he's talking about the accident stuff, but this is just not about insurance. This is just chit chat with his buddy. And he said, the insurance agent?
Yeah.
And he said, quote, "I'm going to kill the bitch. You know I can do it." Then he said, "Remember, she was the one that wanted the life insurance," which this guy doesn't know that at all.
Don't forget that.
In the same conversation, David asked this man whether he knows how to transfer farmland into his son's name and all that kind of thing. Now, David's phone records show he was in contact with an attorney, not the divorce attorney, a different attorney, during this week. 13 times he called this person in 7 days. So David's bond, by the way, will later be revoked when he fails to abide by the conditions of his release, which is funny. There's a long list of people he said incriminating things to, including a woman named Carol who lives about 9 miles from the farm, which is probably the next door neighbor, I would assume. fuck. And she heard David talk several times about killing his wife, but she didn't think he was serious. I mean, people talk about, I'm going to kill my wife. You know how that goes. I guess David had told this woman once that he would rather have to get rid of his wife or have her killed there. She said that she wasn't sure what he meant, adding that once he talked of hiring a hitman.
What?
She said, quote, he's not a stupid man. I can't believe that he would do it himself.
Well, I got news for you,
He's
man.
pretty stupid.
He's dumb as fuck.
Her friend Vicky also said later that Tanya said in October her husband had been pushing, shoving, and slapping and threatening to kill her as well. And she said when she had moved into the apartment, everything was looking up. She said she looked beautiful and relaxed and happy for the first time. Several other people said that David was abusive and all of that. But there is one piece of evidence in his favor. One.
What is that?
Particle number 68.
Particle.
There was a piece of physical evidence here. Under one of Tanya's fingernails. Now, keep in mind, she just got with him at 9 o'clock in the morning, so anything could happen before that. It's not like they've been together exclusively in each other's company for a week. Under the fingernails, they recover a tiny pinpoint-sized clump of tissue that's described as skin-like by the lab. They send it for DNA testing. It's male, but it does not match David.
Okay.
So, could be anybody else. So,
but it doesn't even signify that it's his kids or any shit.
No,
like that.
not even that side.
It's just okay.
And they can't do anything more with it because the DNA test consumed the entire sample back in the 90s.
Oh shit!
That's what happened. So there's nothing else to test. So all they have is they have this piece of skin that's not David's under her fingernails. So they're wondering, will the 3 interviews he did at his dining room table, be allowed into court? Because he was never read his Miranda rights, mind you. But they said that, listen, and the detective even said, listen, I tried to steer David away from lawyering up when he would talk about a lawyer and this is standard operating procedure in an interrogation. They say you can call a lawyer, but if you do, that shuts off all your opportunity to tell us the truth. We can't help you anymore if you get a lawyer. Not that they're trying to help you by putting you in prison, but that's what they tell you. We can't help you if you get a lawyer.
We can't help you incriminate yourself anymore.
We can't help tighten the noose around your neck anymore if you get a lawyer.
Yeah.
So they said in a custodial interrogation, that this is something, but basically he was not in custody. He was in his own house.
Right.
Making coffee, walking around the ground. They never followed him to the bathroom they let him do whatever he wanted. Yeah. He had run of the house.
Well, I guess that means if you have run of the house, then you can say whatever you want.
You're not in custodial. This is not a custodial interrogation. You're just talking voluntarily to cops. Now, they should Mirandize him if they think he's done anything because that's the rule, but he's still not whatever. The defense argued everything should be thrown out, but the court said that he was not being sweated. He wasn't being, kept in a room. The questioning happened in his own table at his own home by his own choosing. He said, I'll talk to you. The agents told him, you don't have to talk to us. They never restrained him. It's in. Fuck you, David. Which is tough.
There's no exposed strategy happening. So that should let him know that he can tell them to get out of my house at any time.
Absolutely. At the same time, if you're gonna bring up anything about a crime with a suspect that you have one inkling that he's a suspect, you got to Mirandize him too. That's crazy.
Maybe at that point they didn't suspect it as a crime. Yeah, they had to. They got to.
He said, "I wiped the blood away." He's doing laundry. He said he moved the body. He didn't try to revive. That's why they're talking to her. By the third one, they're like, "Dude, your story's changed, man.
Your story sucks."
The third interrogation should have been at least.
Yeah.
They needed to, once they were real suspicious. So he's charged with first-degree murder, second-degree murder, first-degree manslaughter, and that's to give the jury a chance there. They moved the trial to a different county, to southwest of Kennebec in Lyman County. The jury selection, and this is some small-town shit. Oh, my God. Okay. Oh, okay. When the 2 summoned jury panels they went through by challenges and the people were all gone, they couldn't seat enough people. It's a small place. There isn't a lot of people. So the judge ordered the sheriff's office to, quote, go find more jurors.
Go get more people, please.
So a deputy named Rob Parker gets on the phone, and he rounds up 20 prospective jurors. The judge asks them, how'd you find these 20 people? So Deputy Parker explained that he said that he went to town to Owacoma, Reliance, Kennebec, Presho, and Vivian, these towns, to try to get 3 people per town. That was the goal.
Yeah.
Just driving down. Hey, you 18? You
are you a people?
You a people? Are you an American citizen at all? So he went to town to get 3 people, and he said, quote, "We started at the top. Letter A, every third person down was getting called. They opened the white pages and called every third person.
Holy shit.
They said if they weren't home, then we went to the next 3. It was time consuming, so we went, quote, I bet they're home. We called them. So when
we door-to-doored it.
They did. When the judge said, did you call anyone you thought was pro-law enforcement? He said, quote, half the list I'd say probably not. He said there's a couple of them definitely not pro-law enforcement after we talked to them. And he said most of the people that he called didn't even believe it. They had to call the clerk's office because it sounded like a prank call. Hi, I'm the sheriff from another county, or I'm the sheriff from another town. Could you come to the courthouse and be a juror today? That's not how jury duty works.
Yes, my refrigerator's running. Leave me alone.
Oh, my God. Yeah, exactly. I got Prince Albert in a can, and I'll let him out. Don't worry about it. So obviously the defense lawyer said that it looked like a systematic exclusion of Native Americans from the jury because the deputy said he didn't call anyone from Lower Brule and part of the Lower Brule Indian Reservation, explaining that a large number of the Lower Brule residents from the original pool hadn't shown up anyway. So he said, fuck them, I won't even try. So the judge says, you can't do that, stupid. So he ordered him to go back and recruit from there the next day. You got to make it even. Okay. So they ended up 3 of those that he recruited that day ended up serving from the that had Native American surnames. A juror named Eagle Thunder deliberated through the verdict, and an alternate named Middle Tent was excused before deliberations. Now we got to go through this pretty quickly, but basically, the prosecution's going, it's pretty goddamn obvious what happened.
Yeah.
She's strangled and beaten, and there's no one else on the goddamn farm. And
the stairs can't do that.
And the stairs can't do it. The defense attorney's like, it's an accident. That's what they say. They say, well, why was he trying to transfer land to his son a few days before? And they go, who doesn't want their son to inherit their land? That's literally what the defense said. Yeah. So they talk about the life insurance signatures, and they say they're probably David's, by the way, and not Tanya's. Right. She probably didn't even know this was on her. It's pretty goddamn. This is a tough trial. They said the prosecutor said divorce for him was not an option. That meant his wife would get at least half the farm, and he wasn't going to tolerate that. A guy that had so much control that he made his wife sign for the fudge brownies she took from the home a week before. He's not going to let her have an acre of that place.
Unmade,
That's
Your Honor.
Unmade, powdered. You need eggs still for this.
And oil.
And he said the first mistake of marrying the defendant brought her years of pain and suffering. The second mistake was going alone with her husband to the couple's farm. That was her fatal mistake. It cost her life. She was beaten from head to toe. You don't get that from falling down the stairs. This isn't an accident. This is first-degree murder. Okay. So, and they say there's never been another suspect. The defense comes out and they go, there's a piece of skin under her fingernails. They never even looked at anybody else. They concentrated right on my guy right here. Then he says, this is amazing. This case is not over whether David was a good man or a bad man. The fact that he's not a perfect husband doesn't make him a murderer. He's not on trial for being a bad husband.
Right.
Yeah. So they bring out the forensic pathologist. They bring out everybody, DNA analysts. Then they bring out a physicist, Dr. Sami Shaibani. Yeah. God, how am I going to do this fast? Okay. He's an expert. He says he does something called injury mechanism analysis.
Oh.
A self-described blend of physics, trauma medicine, and engineering used to determine whether a given injury could have happened in the way someone claimed. He told the jury he was a clinical professor at Temple University, held 4 degrees in physics from Oxford in England, and that he was a licensed professional engineer, quote, all over the world. He says, I don't even charge a fee for this shit. I do it as a community service.
I do it for the love of the game.
That's it. The love of poking and prodding dead bodies. So he said, whichever way you slice it, it's impossible, not consistent with the laws of physics. Now, they had other just regular criminalists and crime scene people that said the same thing. The defense case, they tried. They really did. They brought on another criminalist who said that her position was postural asphyxia, and she was suffocated because of the unnatural way her body came to rest. And it's like, how did she get the bruising in her voice box, that asshole?
Right.
That didn't quite work. David testifies in his own defense.
Awesome.
He says he pushed her around in the garage a little bit, but she was a little bit dizzy and blah, blah, blah. And he said, when I found her, I cradled her head and got blood on my coat. So I dragged her body to the south side of the stairwell and I covered her with a blanket so the kids didn't see her. And that's why I was washing blood off of me. That's it. And he said, during the interviews with the cops, I was just pretty much telling them what they wanted to hear. That's all.
Oh.
Okay. Interesting. So the defense closing is, come on. They concentrate on the particle, that little particle under the nail. And he said it got there by scratching. It was somebody's, but it's not David's. The jury disagrees and finds him guilty of first-degree murder. First degree.
It's too small.
And he said, I'm going to kill it. It all lines up. Yeah. So the sentencing, you, sir, may fuck off life without parole.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the prosecutor said David was a cold-blooded murderer who had planned his wife's death for years. The jury found the truth. David will remain where he belongs, in prison, behind bars.
Forever.
Yep. And they said his testimony didn't help him. They said, we would have gotten him convicted whether he took the stand or not, but he certainly didn't help himself by doing that.
No.
Nope. And they said he has no remorse, not an ounce. He's not shed a tear about this, and he never will.
Wow. He hates her.
Hates her. 2002, he appealed basically based on the particle and based on all this type of shit and the he's going to kill me hearsay and all that kind of stuff. It's affirmed. Very quickly, remember the Shabani guy, the self-styled guy? Huge scandal. He's full of shit. Guy's completely full of shit. Complete fraud. Complete fraud. He
doesn't even love the game.
He went in the Michael Peterson staircase case, which is similar to this case here. And the defense exposed him as a lie. The chair of Temple University's physics department wrote a letter denying any claim that he's ever been a member or ever been affiliated with the Temple physics department. He's a fraud that way. Plus, they said that this guy said he had to write the same kind of letter once a year because Shabani kept trying to establish his bona fides as an expert witness, claiming a Temple affiliation that doesn't exist. They said he had once had a loose courtesy affiliation at best and essentially got parking privileges, but he had no anything.
No tenure or anything. Yeah.
No. So he's gotten a bunch of people new trials. A lawyer in Wisconsin said he's a fraud. Basically, he was trying to create himself as an expert so he could run around the country and testify in these cases.
Why?
And in a letter to the Associated Press, the lawyer likened him to Dr. Nick on The Simpsons. Hi, everybody. Just a complete quack. So the Justice Department acknowledged his resume puffing as well. And that's
his bullshit.
That's what it came. So then there's another appeal based on the scandal, and they said either way, they still would have been convicted because they had another pathologist saying the same goddamn thing. There's a federal habeas. That doesn't go anywhere. 2014, they're trying to pass Tanya's Law, which is a law brought by some professor, actually, that will allow a person to seek a divorce without proving grounds such as adultery or extreme cruelty. This is one of the few states that at the time still didn't have no-fault divorces.
What?
Yes, which, by the way, there's a lot of people trying to go back to, which is fucking insane.
Get rid of that?
Yes. Right now, there are 3 states that require mutual consent for a no-fault divorce.
What? Where are they?
One's Mississippi, which whatever. Tennessee is another one. That fucking state's nuts too. And South Dakota. Those 3. Currently, David remains in the South Dakota State Penitentiary, life without parole, and Tanya is at the St. Thomas Catholic Cemetery in Faulkton. So there you go, everybody. There is the farmer and his wife and some fucked up shit. We'll go through the end.
The farmer and the farmer's wife fell.
Fuck, man. Real quickly here. Definitely head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Well, before that, give us 5 stars or whatever the hell on whatever app you're listening on. Give us a thumbs up on Netflix. It helps out a lot. Shutupandgivememurder.com. Get your tickets for live shows and merchandise. It's all over the place. Tickets for live shows. September 18th, Milwaukee at the Pabst. Get those. They're going fast. September 19th, Minneapolis. Get those because Milwaukee's outselling you right now. Don't do that. What are you going to do, Milwaukee? Come on, Minneapolis. What are you doing here? Then October 3rd, Dallas. October 16th, 17th, San Jose, Sacramento. November 13th and 14th, Terrytown and Boston. Yeah. Get in there, get your tickets. Shutupandgivememurder.com. Follow on social media at Smalltown Murder on Instagram, Smalltown Pod on Facebook. Also, patreon.com/crimeinsports. That's everything you want there. Anybody $5 a month or above, you get everything we put out. As soon as you subscribe, you get hundreds of back bonus episodes, about 400 to be exact. New ones every other week. One Crime and Sports, one Small Town Murder. This week, Crime and Sports. Hostage situations, crazy shit that goes down. Small Town Murder, Corey Richens, Part 3. Her kids said everything she said is full of shit, and they call her a bad mom and detail it, and she makes faces at it, and she allocutes, and she's full of shit, and it's wild. I can't wait to get into that shit. So do that, patreon.com/crimeinsports. You get a shout out at the end of the regular show. You get everything we put out ad-free.
Yeah.
You get it all, everybody. So do that and keep hanging out with us. Keep coming back. You want to follow us on social media. Shutupandgivememurder.com is where you find all of that. Keep coming back and seeing us. Until next week, everybody, it's been our pleasure.
Bye.
Hey, everybody, listening to Small Town Murder out there.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Good to see you out there. I'm here with Jimmy, too. And This is an ad, but not an ad for a product. This is an ad
This is
for
the best
tour
kind.
dates. Yes, come see a live show, the 2026 tour.
Yeah.
All the tickets are for sale right now, starting out with February 21st in Nashville, March 6th in Durham, March 7th in Atlanta. Phoenix is sold out. We do have tickets, though, to Your Stupid Opinions on the 21st of March. Salt Lake City sold out. Denver has tickets. Be there on May 2nd. May 29th, Buffalo sold out. Royal Oak, Michigan, May 30th. We have September 18th, Milwaukee, September 19th, Minneapolis, October the 3rd in Dallas, October 16th in San Jose, October 17th in Sacramento, November 13th in Terrytown, November 14th in Boston. Come see us. The live shows are spectacular. Come join all of the other STM people. You're going to meet so many people. You're going to have fun.
Make some new friends.
Like crazy and make some new friends. Come out and see us. Shutupandgivememurder.com is where you go for those tickets. Get them right now while they're hot.
See you on the road.